Sky burials. Sky burials are traditional custom in Tibetan Buddhism to say farewell to their dead. These days, outsiders are mostly forbidden from witnessing them. I had heard of Tibetan sky burials with a mixture of horror and fascination. To put it bluntly, a dead body is chopped up into pieces and fed to waiting vultures. So, we arrived at a very isolated and traditional Tibetan Buddhist monastery near Thagong in northeastern Sichuan. I thought, let's just look at the site where it happens. We'd been told that foreigners were not allowed to experience the secret ritual anyway. Our driver directed us up to the top of the mountain where the burials take place. It was surrounded by a sea of Tibetan prayer flags, and you could just make out a kind of stone slab. So we hiked up there. Upon arriving, we could hear Tibetan nuns chanting. How lovely, I thought. Then I turned and saw about 100 vultures sitting on the hill, waiting, and then what looked like a body bag on the stone slab. I actually couldn't believe it. Have we stumbled into the start of a sky burial? Through a translation app, I asked one of the Tibetans next to me what was happening. Flesh eating birds, he replied. Oh, can we stay? I asked. Yes, but on the side, and no photos, he replied. This is amazing, I thought, but then I saw my kids. My wife and I had to make quick decisions. We gave our 6-year-old son the iPad to play computer games. He was thrilled, and we had never before been so happy to give it to him. He was too young to see this. As for my 11-year-old son and my 13-year-old daughter, my wife Catherine quickly sat them down and told them what was about to happen and said it was their choice to stay or go. We gave it to them straight, but told them the cultural and religious context. To their credit, they stayed. I was nervous. The first time I'd seen a dead body when I was 12, and it had a profound effect on me. Before we knew it, the bag was taken off, and the corpse was revealed. It looked like a middle-aged woman. The Rogyapa, a body breaker, stormed up the side of mountain. He was dressed in a thick, dark, scarlet-colored coat, with a black hood, with a butcher knife in hand. He wasted no time in carving up the body. My stomach sunk. It was gruesome, and I just stopped myself from throwing up. My kids, though, seemed to take it in their stride. The vultures were growing impatient and started to jump at sight of the flesh. The body breaker gave the signal, and the Tibetans holding the birds back let them through. They swarmed in a frenzy, jumping on top of each other, tearing at the flesh. It was unbelievable. It only took at most 15 minutes, and the entire corpse was gone. Every last piece of flesh had been eaten, leaving only the bones behind. Then the body breaker gathered up the human bones and began to pulverize them with a mallet. He mixed that with yak butter and barley flour. In one last gesture, he walked into the middle of the vultures and threw it high in the air, and with that he was gone. There was absolutely nothing left of the body. It is considered a bad omen if vultures don't eat the body or even if small bits are left. Tibetans see the vultures as dakinis, like angels, who take soul into the heavens to await reincarnation and the next life. They consider the body as a mere vessel for the soul. And at the end of it all, a peace and calmness seemed to descend over the scene. Everyone seemed happy that the ritual had been fulfilled. My kids, too, surprisingly, were fine. They seemed to be able to understand it, an ancient culture giving a meaning to lives. I was a proud dad on that day, proud of their maturity and intelligence. But as for my 6-year-old son, he was none the wiser. He'd been deeply engrossed by his iPad, playing Minecraft the whole time. Matthew Kearney. Question A. Choose the words from the box that match with the given meanings from A to H. First, let us know the meaning of these given words. Forbidden, not allowed or prohibited. Fascination, attraction or obsession. Profound, intense, deep. Gruesome, horrifying, awful. Frenzy, uncontrolled excitement or wild behavior. Pulverize, grind or crush. Omen, signal or warning. Engrossed, engaged, involved. So A. Very great. Answer is profound. B. A state of great activity and strong emotion. Frenzy. C. Very unpleasant and filling with horror. And the answer is gruesome. D. Not allowed, forbidden. Question E. A sign of what is going to happen in the future, and then answer is omen. O-M-E-N, omen. And then F. Very strong attraction. Answer is fascination. Fascination. G. Involved in something with whole attention. Answer is engrossed. To make something into a fine powder, pulverize. To make something into a fine powder, pulverize. Task B. Write true for true statements and false for false ones. A. Foreign visitors are welcome to see sky burial rituals. Answer false. B. The visitors are not allowed to take photos of the rituals. Answer true. C. The vultures took more than 15 minutes to finish the entire corpse. Answer false. D. The Tibetans perceive the body as a vessel for the soul. Answer true. E. The youngest son of the writer was busy with his toys. And let me write down the answer of this question as false, because there is the iPad only, singular, but here we have the plural toys. So answer is false. However, you need to listen to your teacher. So listen to your teacher and write down the answer given by your teacher. F. The author visited the burial sites with his wife and 3 children. Answer true. Why did the author visit a traditional Tibetan Buddhist monastery? The author visited a traditional Tibetan Buddhist monastery to look at the site where Tibetan sky burials happen. What did the author see on the hill? The author saw about 100 vultures sitting on the hill waiting for the flesh. Why did the author give the iPad to his youngest son? The author gave the iPad to his youngest son to make him engross on computer games so he would not witness sky burial's ritual. Describe the appearance of Rogappa, the body breaker. The description of the appearance of Rogappa, the body breaker, is provided below. Rogappa, the body breaker, is dressed in a thick, dark scarlet colored coat with black hood and is holding a butcher knife in hand. What did the body breaker do after collecting the bones? After collecting the bones, the body breaker pulverized the bones with a millet, mixed that with yak butter and barley flour, walked into the middle of the vultures and threw it high in the air. What is considered to be a bad sign? Vultures not eating the body of a corpse, or vultures leaving even small bits of body of a corpse is considered to be a bad sign. Why did the author feel proud? The author felt proud because he found his kids mature and intelligent. Research customs from other countries and talk about an interesting one with your friends. Baby jumping festival, leaping over infants in Spain. Babies born during the previous year are laid on mattresses in the street while the costumed men called cucacho, dressed in red and yellow suits as the devil, leap over them. It is believed that the devil observes the sins of the babies and affords them protection from disease and misfortune, ensures them safe passage through life, guarding against illness and evil spirits. The festival dates back to 1620, which takes place annually to celebrate the Catholic feast Corpus Christi in Castrillo de Murcia, a village in the municipality of Sajamu in the province of Burgos.